Welcome back to Terraria, Legendary Zenith mode. More work on the whole rail system here. Try to at least get this all placed down here. We got the rail. We got rails. And more than enough to get this done here. See, that is kind of a problem. We take damage, we hit things. It's not just knocking them out of the way or anything, which would be obviously preferable. Thought that was what it did. Anyways. It goes really fast, does plenty of damage, but it doesn't knock them out of the way. That could be a problem. Really depends on how many enemies spawn up here. We might need to get rid of the floor, which is not ideal, obviously. Because we also kind of want to be able to walk. And it's also kind of stopping more problems from coming and getting us from below. Because there are sections where we are close enough to the ground that it could be a problem. For spawns from below coming up to say hello. Would not help. Yeah. Let's just need to get all these rails placed. Dragon is mostly taking care of everything. That's alright. I guess it's just a matter of not doing enough damage to one-shot the enemies with the cart. If we did that, I don't think they would hurt us. But damage from minecart collision doesn't really work quite that well. It's pretty good, and even increased because this cart is so quick with the upgrade. But not quite that good. It's weird when the dragon just kind of leaves us. I guess the thing is so close. That's alright. Section we need to deal with here. Going up, over this. Need to get rid of that. And that. We'll be placing boost sections and torches once we get this done. That's the plan, at least. Might continue to be a slight problem with that if we can't have there be a floor. Would kind of be awkward. But if there's nowhere for things to spawn, even giving them any amount of floor could be a problem. Then it'll be all dark. We need some kind of flooring for putting down the buff stations. We'll see. For now, we're just getting the rail in here. It's going alright so far. We're already 2,000 to the east. It's working out right. Yeah, it's really, really dark without any of the torches, obviously. Okay, we'll just keep going. We got enough buffs so we can do it every 250-ish. That should give us most of the time all the buffs we want. As long as we stay on the cart. There is the issue with that, of course. I've taken a whole bunch of damage from the enemy spawns. We will see. We will see. I don't think, like, just a regular calming potion or anything would be enough to stop that from being a problem. This part of the flat middle area is very simple to deal with. No giant bunch of mess in the way. Just kind of dealing with the bases here. Which we could kind of move below if we end up needing to get rid of the floor. Which wouldn't be terrible. Either that or we just get rid of them. And build more bases down the sides where necessary. Cool. And we continue. Could be setting our spawns to these bases so we can get closer if we die, but that's not super likely. We will need to deal with more slopes and trees and stuff at the end here. But for the middle part, pretty nice. Where are you now? Almost 4,000? We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's need to keep moving. The things don't have time to spawn as much. Not really any enemies nearby. They don't have a huge number of places to spawn either. That's okay. We have a little laser blast from the cart, but only to the things in front of us while we're moving. It's not as useful as some other ways it could be. It was just a kind of a permanent sentry kind of situation. That'd be interesting. Not the case though. What's that? And we continue. There's definitely more buff stations that need to be made than these bases that are slightly in the way. Also possibly they'll line up. That'd be fine too. And there's always the option of almost nowhere with that. There's also like planter boxes or something. Let's see if those are what we need. Another benefit of the whole solid block here is that things from below can't get up and be a problem. Because there's places where that would definitely be a problem. Because we constantly trying to go down that hole for the pillar. Do, 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 do. 5,000. Yeah, using the information from the compass and all those other combined things really will be helpful here. We really did put down a lot of these gravestones. Let's really see how many deaths we end up with. It's gonna be a lot. Already has been. Will continue to be. Most likely. Because even with the Moonlord, we do have other things we also need to do. Moonlord is not the only situation here. Let's go flat up there, it's fine. So it's just taller for no reason. Amazing. Okay, so let's go this way. Go. Wild stuff. Close to 6,000. It's like 8,200-ish across half of it. So, total like 16,500. Why'd you just leave? Dragon priorities. They're definitely something. We got the magic though. Kind of deals with it. Like right here. Right here is the place where we might still be better off just having the floor here. Because the other option is everything down there can get up here. Really also going to be dealing with all these guys. Oh, they're weak enough the dragon can deal with it. So that's convenient. Never a shortage of meteors. Yay. We get to the inclines. And what a mess this incline is. We're going to be making this better. Maybe straight, diagonal, all the way up. Which is a slightly more incline than previously had. Worm, he's dead. 2050, demonize. Amazing. Yeah, some of these paths were a little bit awkward. Worked at the time. Continues to work. For varying definitions of working. There we go. Ow. Rude. Okay. Now to get rail all the way up here. Yeah, we're close enough that even the worms kind of get in the way. There's a lot of problems here. And we'll see if this whole thing even works. There's every possibility that it doesn't. Yeah, the part where we need to deal with the inclines is definitely slower than the straight parts. Flat is easy. We continue on. I think this should be a perfect part, a perfect spot to put the cursor, but it just ends up placing the tracks as well as possible. But then anytime we run into a torch, it slows down too, so. It's getting the job done. Here we're really close to the surface. Stars can also hit us. Another thing we could potentially try to fix. With a larger, well, same size across the entire world. Larger cover. That'd be something. Here's all the treetops we need to deal with. It's like there's too many treetops we need to deal with. That's nice. A little more free wood. Lack of gravity becoming somewhat of an issue. Not too bad. Any more trees? There's not. So we went a little bit higher up on this side. Which is interesting. Okay. Various sections here where it gets slightly higher again. I'm gonna definitely do something with that. I'm gonna go over this and then back down, kind of. More or less. not exactly on the floor, but gets the job done. Just the tiniest little jumps up here. Gravity makes such a mess. Here. Nope. It's kind of up here, kind of down there. There's also more of a tree than anything right there, so gets the job done. And then we need to worry about getting this all the way to the side, because we do have a little bit more to deal with on that front. We're almost there, though. We'll wrap that in a second. Everything just has so much health. Alright. Finish this up. Maybe that's what we could have light and rails. That's okay. Another thing we can fix. As we need to. Right here. That. Honestly, nothing about this really worked here. So to tear it down. At least mostly. At least the middle part. This is the idea of like the sky cover. It's a little bit close. I guess the question would be then, do the stars fall from the top of the world or from just off screen? So we place a giant defensive barrier up at the top of space. It really wouldn't help too much if it just didn't even work. Would not be ideal. I want to keep this platform here. I think at least it's done. There we go. Fallen Star. You could just keep the rest of this right here for now. Those solid blocks, more of a problem for us than they would be for any real attacks. Since most attacks and boss stuff can just go straight through it anyway. See if this works. Really no enemies nearby. Still hit us. Kind of phase through sometimes. Only kind of works. We need a better plow, essentially. Which we don't have. And all of our... I wonder if the gauntlet here would be fast enough. It needs to fire off at like 100 miles an hour. Nope, faster than that too. Wonder what attack would have the fastest attack. It's like instant. Also costs mana though. Definitely kind of works. It doesn't do enough damage. Is the other problem with that. Alright, everybody. Shoot. Everybody's full apparently. Rude. I want that grease tube. Throw out one shackle. There you go. Let's finish this to the side here. I hear worms. And we will finish it with mud. This mud gets the job done. Not a huge deal. Just exploding these guys with one attack. It's a pretty good attack. It's a pretty good attack. So over here, we technically already have some campfires and stuff. This also does kind of make future deep fish on fights a problem, because we're kind of covering over the ocean. Again, we can fix it when we need to. Let the 5-star hit the platform there, so that works. I think if we just don't go all the way to the side, we'll have space to jump up from the ocean. We can have like this guy here. Ocean. We're over here. We're already on the track. That's a question. Yeah, it spawns us up here, so I guess this is fine then. And cart. All the way across here. Do a little bit of laser. Yeah. Doesn't do enough damage to solve all of our problems. Here. Connect this up here. Pretty much. Those falling stars. Okay. Pirate map. 2 pirate maps. I don't have space to throw anything out here. That's technically, since we are all the way over here, we can just pop over here, put things away, and come back. It really is that easy. These extra shackles we don't really need. Various bits we've grabbed from all the enemies we defeated along the way. There's arms and shackles and bandages and charms. Sell all these. If we have space for them all. Shop. Moons, shackles, bandages, zombie arms. And this clock I found. I don't have to sell any of our weapons and stuff. That'd be unideal. Shop. Nope. A little bit of money for that. Okay. So now, with the platform and rail dealt with, I think we need to not have floor, which is a problem, because then enemies can jump up and fly up through it. I don't really want to have to anywhere that's close to the rail here. We could just use the middle part of the rail. One thing we need to figure out is rail bumpers. Bounce off or something. Yeah, the thing. Bumpers. Minecart tracks. Yes. Do. This track ends. It's fine. Yeah, this kind of track end here. Let's close the wooden fence. track. Can fall off the track, don't need that. And bumper is a metal fence. Goes to reverse direction. Can be shaped with a hammer. Okay. Like this. Open and bumper. Look at that. Oh, it keeps speed too. Well, that's interesting. We could do something with that. Stop just running into things. It does make it slightly a problem. Where do we want to be here? Since we just bumper back and forth, that could be slightly inconvenient for trying to dodge attacks. If we're just constantly just flinging ourselves all over the place, it probably wouldn't be too bad. Let's go. I mean, this section also technically might have some star protection. It might be about as good as we're gonna get here. A nice large flat section. Should be like here. Potential star protection, which probably not super helpful, but I mean, it's something. Let's see if we can do something with this. This is at 0. Take this and hammer that. This is the station for the 0. I'm gonna go further so that things have less place to spawn. It's probably fine. We do need the blocks there to hold those. I guess we could go underneath the fire. It does make it slightly further away. And torches also need the blocks, so just kind of make something happen here. We have a fire here. It kind of lights up to there. If we add a torch right next to it, it doesn't seem super necessary. There's extra problems. Let's just place these under here like this. If we're only using a small section, we can get away with not having to make quite as many of these. Let's start by just going through and getting these where they need to be. Every 250-ish. Okay. Right about here. We just need to go down a few. Not quite that many. Kind of like here. I guess it doesn't need to be 3. We're going to place the campfire. And star and heart. Yep. Plenty of wiggle room before we get into any situation where we wouldn't have the bust happening. I want it to be at least reasonably sized, so there's space before we get turned around. This is probably fine. Right. Trying to build down can be a bit of a process. Campfire here. Lantern. Lantern. If we're not using the whole world, we're not going to need quite as much everything here, too. That's alright. Let's have the golf setups here still, which is hilarious. Okay. I'm gonna need to get rid of all those. They're also slightly in the way. That's 750. Here is 1,000. It's probably plenty. But having more space before we go back seems like a good plan. I think we're going to continue this idea here. 5. Here. At least probably do 1,500 before we get to the next section here. That'll be alright. 1,250. Just getting all the buffs where they should be. Helps enough. Here. Still gonna be dark if we don't put more than what we currently have here. That's alright. Contact damage. Here is 1,500. You. Here. This. And then we make the track here. And hammer it. Be a bunker. Okay. Next up, we need there to not be blocks here. Well, this is easy enough. Gonna scoot along, breaking mud blocks, firing out some lasers, having a great time. We'll have to see if they can spawn on the campfire block. That would be the only possible place they could. Lots of things like to just kind of keep walking. Probably just fall off anyways, so. I don't anticipate that's going to be the biggest problem for us here. Deal with this, just under the golf section. Okay. There's maximum speed we can do this bit. Yeah, pretty good pickaxe now. Should probably go faster. Look at that go. Almost got it. This is the torch sections here. I don't think that's gonna quite work out for us. Just giving them more places to spawn. It's not like being able to slightly see the rail is a huge deal anyways. We got light around us. We could drink potions so we can see better. Overall, it should be fine. Okay. Let us experience it. While dying from hunger. Honestly, looking pretty good. We don't even need to hold anything. Just zooms back and forth. Permanent buffs. Going 102 miles an hour. It's definitely something. It's definitely something. Look at it. Look at us go. Anything else we want to do to this? I don't think so. Yeah, some things spawn. Oh, there's Man, they did jump from there. So it is a possibility that they can spawn on the campfire blocks, then jump up and hit us. Yeah, there they go again. We can't, like, place a defensive block above the campfires, because then that'd be a block they can spawn on. What's the block they can't spawn on? I'm not sure exactly about that. This is kind of the idea here, though. Just go so fast, there's no problems. So fast being 102 miles an hour. Nothing can keep up. Nothing's a problem. Or potentially everything's a problem. It's also an option. I think we do want to deal with the ends here. So things can't spawn as close as they currently are. Let us get rid of some more platform here. Anything we do about the fires? These have pretty decent jumps. But these are also far enough that it's not a problem. How do you get all the way over there? My goodness. We can't exactly get rid of all the blocks over here. So we might want to move it. I want to move the bumper over one here. Even over for the other side here too, maybe. Hammer this. Oh. That's a bumper there. I don't think this side makes as big of a difference. Not close enough to be a problem, I don't think. Yeah, definitely less spaces for things to try to spawn. But they totally still can, though, is the problem. No enemies. Nothing. I think this is probably the best we can do. Let's see how our weapons handle this. Put some stuff back into here. We can set up some stuff. We can even have a fire in one of these. Do slight amounts of damage. Set up storm clouds that will do tiny bits. Some of these. Just random little bits here. They're doing something. They're doing their best. Everything's trying to catch up, it just can't. Melee weapons definitely seem to shine at 100 miles an hour. No matter which direction we fire these, they just end up going towards the middle. I don't think we really need to worry particularly about that. There's a guy. Putting the defenses on each of the platforms could also potentially help slightly with that. If only slightly. Yeah, magic is definitely happening. We need to deal with things jumping up from here. This still works. Just falls straight in front of us. Wild. Okay. So what can we do about things spawning on here? We can move it down significantly so they can't jump up. We need to test how far the various guys can jump down. What would be sufficient to solve our problems? Make some walls, figure it out. We don't want them to be able to jump up and hit us, is the main thing. So if we have them... like this. See what they're up to. We should have enough space that moving things down slightly shouldn't be a problem. Should be still getting all the buffs we're looking for across the whole situation here. Not having these on the main bar is like backward. That's right. So, platforms. This high, this high, this high, this high. And we need to get enemies over here that'll jump. So we can't have the dragon kill everyone. Okay. A zombie. How are we doing if we're up here? Oh, you can totally still hit us. Yep, needs to be more than that. Good to know. It looks like even right up here might not be quite enough. He tries to jump. He's not trying to jump for us. So this seems to be at least high enough that the zombie wouldn't try to mess with us. See about the possessed armor, though. If a flying guy spawns, that's just a whole separate kind of situation. Now he seems to not want to jump there. We'll jump up here, though. Okay. So to stop melee enemies from getting up and being a nuisance, needs to be this high. How high is that? Bar. And we're gonna be moving this, so we're gonna need all this on the bar too. Eight. Down here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks equivalent down. So technically just 9 down to the platform. That should be fine though. Let's get back over where we need to be. We can move all these downward one. We're just picking everything up. 1, 2, 3, 4 down, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minecart. Up here. Make a platform here, get something spawned. See if it jumps up while we're on the rail. Maybe slightly further away. One enemy nearby. You keep on jumping off. Stop that. This is the testing box. There we go. No enemies nearby. But you want things to spawn. They also don't spawn. A great box right there. Everything you could hope for as an enemy. See where this is. That's some torches. Of course they spawn over at the side we don't care about. Two enemies nearby. Alright. There they are. They're not jumping. This looks to be what we want. Oh, he's jumping over here. Can he hit us now? Yes, he can. One down. And then possibly they won't be able to jump and hit us. Maybe just even 2 down. Gets this to 12 down. That should be plenty. I would think. We can test again. They seem to like to jump when they get to walls. So stopping that behavior here would also be good. I mean, if we don't have any walls, they probably wouldn't jump at the walls, so. This is just slightly artificial information based on the fact that we're trying to get them to spawn here and not immediately fall off. Flying guy. You don't count for anything. Enemy. Trying to jump. Can't hit us. I guess we could probably do... one more than that'd be a little close. I think 12 gets the job done. Okay. Good information. We go down. From here, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11 blocks of mud below the track for a total of 12 differences. Down here, down here. Perfect. Then all this. 2, 3, 4 below. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Platform. All these. Not torch. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. If we're not using the minecart, there's gonna be nowhere to stand. Which hopefully isn't a huge deal. I can see it being a huge deal. Keep a little bit of momentum from the cart there too. For a while. Should really get us out of situations, in theory. We also just fly here, that's nice. 5, 6, 10, 11. We got options. This here. Scoot on over to the next one. 102 mile per hour momentum can really get you going. My goodness. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. At least we don't need to make as many sections here. seems like just having this section over here where things can just keep spawning might not be the best idea. Let's move it in one more section here. And have the end of the line be here instead. That should make the whole thing 1,000 across, perhaps? With the bumper. We go from 1,250 to 250. Yep. So it's 1,000 blocks. Let us go on the map here. Bonk. Still takes a little bit to get across. And if this is too quick, we can also slow it down slightly. Or we can speed it up. Also might depend on what attacks we're trying to dodge too. Overall, I think that should get us kind of what we want here. There's the platforms. What was these spaces? It was campfires and heart lanterns. Put the stars in the bottle away, the rest of the mud away. But in general, I think this is about as good as we're gonna get. We will see how this works. I have not seen any stars this entire time, so I think the defense up here is working from that. So we've eliminated a lot of variables here. No falling stars, no enemy spawns, ludicrous speed, which is great also. We got the buffs, which are staying on the entire time. See, he tried to do anything, he couldn't get up to us, just fell off immediately. And I don't think we need to really worry about the eyes spawning either, because they're not going to be a problem. We're also getting far enough away that I think anything that does spawn is going to get despawned as we continue back and forth. This wildness. How many platforms do we have to deal with here now? Probably not counting the ends, because that wouldn't be a good spot for one. We got 1, 2, 3. We have 3 in the middle. We place fire. And there's the eye. Oh, the eye still exists. Try to place this fire here. There we go. And then some rain clouds happening. Some rods happening. Just fell off the side. It's funny. Ballistas. So those are all placed, as much as they may or may not help. Yeah. In general, I think this is about as good as we're gonna get here. Now the question is if this is just gonna work with us without having to worry at all. I have my doubts. It could. Eyes in the middle are still slightly a problem. We can't just like make a box, because then the box will be out of things and they'll spawn on top of the box. Eventually they get killed or despawned. I think this is about what we're gonna be working with. We will see how we fare against the Moon Lord. We got like 1 try, then we need to do the pillars again. But potentially be a learning experience here. We can even just fire this and just go straight through it. Hit all the hands and stuff. We also need to hit the up high eye and then the eye below. The chest eye should not be a problem here since we have all this open space. So I think that shouldn't be a problem. The upper eye Could be, though. We will see how the Moon Lord responds to all this. And again, we can always calm it down slightly. If that's more beneficial for trying to actually hit things. And you can also teleport. So we might want to stop it from constantly teleporting. I think the switchbacks could also be a problem. If we like hit the hands or something. We will see. We will see. At least it's something of an idea. Next time. Goodbye.